Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. We've had an absolutely amazing year this year, so we thought we'd sit down and do a little review. First off, I'd like to thank all of our customers, all the companies we collaborate with, my team members, and you guys who just consume our content on YouTube. You've all helped to make it a really fantastic year for us. So what I'm going to do is start right at the beginning and work my way through. When I sat down earlier to write down the notes for this video as to what we've actually achieved and done this year, I was absolutely shocked to see where I've been and what I've been able to do. And I'm really blessed that this job has allowed me to do that. So I'm going to start all the way back at January when we went to Tokyo Auto Salon, and I had the chance to go to Fuji Speedway and also do some street racing with our Japanese distributors. So most people my age probably grew up on Gran Turismo, and on that game I played Fuji Speedway many times, and I also raced on the Tokyo Expressway. Now, when I went to Japan this year, one of our distributors, Hitachi, said to us, "Do you want to come to Fuji Speedway and race one of our cars around there?" Of course, we jumped at the chance. We hired a car, we drove about 3 or 4 hours from Tokyo, and we got the chance to drive that track. It was an absolutely amazing experience, and you know, it's a cliche, but a dream come true. Driving around that track, seeing the mountains, it was just absolutely amazing. Also on that same trip, our distributors Hitachi asked us what did we want to do in the evening. I looked at Bilal and I said, "Bilal, I really want to do some street racing." You know, it's part of Japanese culture. I've never experienced it before. So I asked them and they said, "Yeah, sure, we can arrange that." They're really accommodating. So that evening they picked us up, took us for a meal, and then we went street racing in an Audi. It was such a surreal experience because, again, seen that in many YouTube videos and also in the game, and to actually experience it firsthand was amazing. Street racing is kind of ingrained in Japanese culture. It's accepted there, it's not frowned upon, and it was just so cool to experience that. So thank you to my friends in Japan for organizing that for us. Really appreciate it. Also at the beginning of the year, something really important happened for us on the Eventuri side of the business. We were actually granted a patent finally for our intake design, which is the reverse filter in the housing. And that has been in process for 4 years. It's been a really expensive process, but I'm glad now that we actually have the patent on that design and that we're able to protect it. Also later in the year for Eventuri, something absolutely fantastic happened, and we won the Queen's Award for Enterprise, and we were able to visit Buckingham Palace for the award ceremony. Again, how surreal is it to dress up in a suit, jump in our M2 and our M5 and drive into Buckingham Palace through the guards, park up inside, and actually attend an event inside there. Really special moment for us. Now we're able to put the Enterprise logo on all of our Eventuri boxes, and really proud moment for us. I don't think we're going to be able to top that as a business, because that is the highest honor as a business you can have. That brand has really gone from strength to strength this year. We've also released our first AMG and Porsche products. One of my favorite videos actually and product is when we fitted the Plenum on the Ryan Stewart's E92 M3, and we both went for a drive. He's a BMW geek, I'm a BMW geek, and our video is just us talking about BMWs, driving his E92 M3 and just enjoying the moment and the absolutely fantastic sound from that Plenum. In terms of racing events, if you follow the channel, you'll notice that we visit VMAX events a lot. It's really well organized. Craig and the team do a fantastic job. And this year we had great success in our F90 M5. We only started tuning it at the beginning of the year, and we were able to be the first F90 M5 to clock 200 miles an hour GPS verified, and that's on the shortened track. So VMAX used to be about 1.6 miles, then it was shortened to 1.3 miles, and now it's actually 1.1. So to do that kind of speed in standing 1.1 mile was an absolutely fantastic achievement. And that is basically full bolt-on with no methanol. So there's a lot more to come from that car. I'm looking forward to next year, where the Eventuri RS3 will also be built up. So I'm hoping to do some really good times with the RS3 and the F90 M5 next year. First VMAX event is in March next year, and I think there's a couple of more, so watch out for the videos on that. They always make for really great viewing. It was also a great summer for shows this year. So we did Players Classic and Bimmerfest, which were the standout ones for me. Bimmerfest, we went over to support our distributor in the Netherlands, GP Products. So we took one of our cars over there and did the show for a day. We met loads of people from the UK there. and it's becoming a show that is very international now, and there must have been a good couple of hundred cars from the UK, which is really good to see. There's a shame there's not something quite like that in the UK, but maybe next year we can organise something. Let us guys know what you think. Focusing on the UK shows, for me the standout show is Players Classic. The weather always seems to be good, the location at Goodwood is absolutely amazing, and the selection of cars is eclectic and to a very, very high standard. This year we were supporting CSF and WaveTrack with our RS3 and the M2 on their stand, and our M3 was on Bilstein's stand. So next year, Players Classic is going to be a 3-day show. So it's going to be 2 days of track days and 1 day static show. Maybe we see some of you guys there, and maybe we can take some of you out on the track. Also in summer, I traveled to visit our US distributor for Eventuri, IND. And while I was there, they said, Imran, you're not doing much while you're here. We've got a new car coming. Do you mind going to the BMW dealer and collecting it for us? So I was sitting there like, yeah, sure. What is it? And they're like, oh, our X3M's come. It's one of the first ones in the UK. So I went down to their local dealership, picked up their brand new X3M, and we took it back to IND. So I got to drive it before any of them did. When we got it back to IND, they said, you guys are here. We've got a 3D scanner here. Why don't you just start on the Eventuri development? So, but I'll set up tasks, taking it apart, scanning it, so we were able to get a real jump on the Eventuri development for that car, and that product's going to be out in the first quarter of next year. While we're also in Chicago, they do fantastic deep dish pizzas. If you get a chance, just go visit Chicago, go to Lil Manatti's, and honestly you won't be disappointed. It's one of our highlights of the trip. Also, whilst at IND, I got to drive some of their cars. So if you follow the channel, you know that I love the M2, and I'm very fond of our M2, which is called Starla. My second favorite M2 just happens to be owned and built by IND, and it's their green M2. So while I was there, had my camera, got the keys, so I made some video vlogs of their M2, and they actually let me borrow the car. So I was driving it around while I was in Chicago. They don't even drive the car around themselves. I was really concerned about leaving it in car parks, but honestly, they were so cool. They're like, don't worry about it, drive it around, use it like it's yours. That car did not disappoint. It's just as stunning in pictures as it is in real life, and I really enjoyed driving that around. It was almost like being home from home. It really did remind me of my own M2. I often say that I do have the best customers, and I'm not joking when I say this, because this year I got to go to Korea. Bob from Studie invited me to watch them race in the Blancpain GT series. They've got an M4 GT4. They said, come over to Korea, watch us racing, invite your Korean distributor to the race, you know, we'll give you hospitality, hang out in the pits, watch us race. So I went over to Korea for the first time, and I was hanging out with my customers from Basic Performance. We went to the KIC track, we watched Studie race, and they actually won the championship there, which was a really great thing to see. Also, whilst I was in Korea, my Korean guest took me to the BMW Driver Center, and we went drifting in an F90 M5 and drove some M2 competitions around the Hangnan track. It's the only center like that in Asia. I don't think there's anything like that in Europe, and it was a really cool experience. I really hope BMW can set something like that up in Europe, because I think it'd be really popular. From a business perspective, one of the biggest things that happened for us this year was our move. So we were in a fairly small unit for a long time. We were looking for something bigger, and there was just nothing around. We saw a place maybe 6 months prior, and we thought it's too big, we won't be able to manage it. But then we saw it again and we said, let's just go for it. So we moved from a 2,500 square foot industrial unit to a 14,000 square foot industrial unit. And now we have plenty of space to expand both sides of the business. We were really struggling before, so thanks to all our customers for keeping on to support us, and hopefully we can grow from strength to strength from here. The last two shows of the year for us were SEMA in Las Vegas and Essen Motor Show in Germany. The SEMA show was predictably full of Supras. We knew there was going to be a lot, but we weren't quite expecting what we saw. There must have been 50 different Supras, lots of different wide bodies, and numerous different engine swaps. We managed to get the Eventuri intake ready for 3 prominent builds at SEMA, and it was really great to get the product out there early. Apart from the Supras, the standout car for me at the show was the 2002 with the S55 conversion. It was done to such a high level. The guy who built it was super cool. I'm really looking forward to more of that car next year. Essen Motor Show, if you haven't seen the video, you need to watch it. Our stand was absolutely amazing. The team knocked it out of the park. It was great to have such a big presence for a UK company at a German motor show. The stand looked amazing. The RS3 and the Supra both had very special intakes because we deleted the headlights and made racing versions of both the intakes. And apart from the S65 Plenum, probably the RS3 was my second favorite product of the year. On our stand, we were very lucky to have the world's first F81 M3 CS build, which was done by Sander from the Netherlands. The car attracted so much attention. It was done to such a high standard, and it's been probably our best performing video of the year. So if you haven't checked that out, we'll put a link to that so you can. Really great build and such a nice guy as well. You may have noticed over the last month or so that we have developed a relationship and collaboration with BMW Park Lane. And it's because of that relationship that we were able to fly over to Germany and check out the VantaBlack X5 and also the X5 Security Edition. That is going to go a bit further next year. So far we're getting access to their demo cars so we can do video reviews on them and check them out. And we've got some good plans for 2020, which I can't share yet, but thank you to the guys at BMW Park Lane for having faith in us. If you haven't already, please jump over to their YouTube channel and give them a subscribe. So, what's the plans for 2020? Well, we have two project cars coming. We have the Mini GP3, for which the order has been confirmed. I'm really looking forward to that car. It's going to have 306 horsepower standard, a limited diff lift standard, and it's got some crazy styling. I'm really looking forward to taking that to a track and seeing what it can do. That car should be with us around March, hopefully if we get one of the first allocations. We're not sure if this car is going to come next year or the year after. If it comes next year, it's going to be right towards the end, and that's the new G80 M3. And we've resided to the fact it's going to have huge grills, but we're going to have to get used to it. I've had every M3 since E30 M3. I'm not going to stop now because of the grills, and you know, it's important for our business. So I'm looking forward to when that's available to order, and if we get it, it will be end of 2020 or beginning of 2021. So once again, I'd like to thank all of our customers, all of the businesses we collaborate with, and you guys on YouTube who just consume our content. None of this would have been possible without you, and we've had an absolutely fantastic 2020. I'd also like to give a special shout out to the team members of Evolve and Eventuri. You guys are always working really hard, you believe in our vision, and you do whatever it takes to get us there. So I've talked about a lot of the highlights, and we're going to put all of the links to those videos in the description because we can't put them in the actual video itself. Please let us know in the comments what was your favorite video, and also what would you like us to do more of or less of. We really want to switch it up for 2020 and put some more relevant content out there for you guys. So just drop us a comment, let us know, and we'll take it on board. So that's it for this year. Have a great new year, and we'll see you in 2020. Thank you for watching, guys. If you want to watch more of our videos, you can watch them over here. If you want to watch what YouTube suggests that you might like from our videos, you can watch them over here. As always, if you haven't already, please like our video and subscribe to our channel. If you've got any questions for us, please drop them in the comments below and we will do our best to answer them for you.